My name is Bill Toomey, and I have been blessed with a life of love. So many people have loved me over my life, my grandparents, my wife, my children. Those things have impacted me tremendously, and now I'm at a position where I can give a little bit of it back. And I've tried to make my life now about my little mission statement, if you will, is to do God's work for God's people, for God's glory. I was raised by my paternal grandparents. My father and his brothers went off to war, and my mom had another baby and felt a little overwhelmed, so she dropped me off with my dad's mom and dad, and they raised me. And that was a really loving experience, and really set my moral compass and all the rest of it for the rest of my life. I had polio when I was 11 and was in a Walter Reed Army Hospital, and I was paralyzed. And everybody came in wearing the full garb, hat and booties and mask and all the rest, and I felt like I was going to die because of was paralyzed, and these people were afraid of me. And this guy came in, and it turned out to be a Catholic priest, and he asked me how I was, and I said, well, I think I'm dying. And he said, well, let me show you this is not the case. So he took all the gear off. Well, they were very unhappy with him, but he did it anyway. I was a Boy Scout, and again, the moral compass, the work ethic, the things that the Boy Scouts teach. When I turned 17, I joined the Navy and went off to see the world. At least I saw a lot of it. And that was, again, an opportunity to learn responsibility, to become a petty officer, and ultimately to have a group of men that worked for me, and to learn that responsibility as well. During that time in the Navy, I met my wife, Ann. She has been probably the one thing in my life that has been universally good, has kept me out of trouble and has managed to help me succeed at whatever I was doing all the time.
Bill and I have been married 60 years. He has shown me his love all of those years. First time we met was at a skating rink in Norfolk, Virginia. There's a cute sailor boy asked me to skate, dance. I thought, wow, he's really, really good looking and he can skate so good. So sure enough, I gave him my phone number and he called me, and that was 4 months later we were married.
I had also pancreatic cancer, and a good friend of mine, Bill Krupp from church, called me the night before my operation and said, Bill, strangely, I was awakened by God last night, and he wanted to talk to me. He said, and just for the record, Bill, God doesn't talk to me every night, but he did this night, and he said to tell you that you were going to be okay. Now, this was after the doctor said I'd be dead within a year. And sure enough, they operated on me, and I'm here, well, since 2007, that's 12 years. And I've now moved to Freedom Village, Bradenton, and just the friendships here and the people around me and the opportunities to do so many activities. But mine really is about volunteer work, trying to give back a little bit of what was given to me. Friday afternoons, we do coffee and conversation. Once a month, we have a veterans gathering. We run the library as volunteers over there. So many, many things that we do in visitation and delivering mail. All of this is just an opportunity for all of us who are here and still able to try to help some of those that are a little further along in age and health to feel better. Those kinds of things really makes this place a wonderful place to live.
So Bill's philosophy in life now that we're retired is to give back some love, and that is very contagious.
I think Bill is a miracle in itself. He talks to us and he's so patient and so kind.
The first time we met, he gave me the impression of the sort of person who would give his last breath to service.
So friendly, and the kind of a person that makes you interested in what's going on.
Bill Toomey is our superhero.
My husband had just passed away, and Bill had organized a grief share program that was very important that helped me and everybody else in the group.
Bill Toomey was allowed to start a new group over at the health center called For the Veterans on it. You have to realize that he does something for men who gave up a lot of their life, days, months, years of time in serving this country.
He runs the meeting like a senior officer and gives them the respect they deserve. He's really an inspirational leader.
Bill is a great friend and an extraordinary giver of himself in a compassionate and caring way.
He listens, and he has a great sense of humor.
He's just Mr. Wonderful in my eyes.